You're on.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Norris here, and I want to talk about self-awareness. The topic I really want to hit today is creativity. You have to really find out, are you a creative person? There's several characteristics that are correlated with this. One of them is you may be naive and open-minded, and you may start to believe certain things. And oftentimes that's not a bad thing too. Because you're so open-minded, you can take on these really different viewpoints, but it can also at times make you feel naive or stupid or stuff like that, and that's completely fine. Another characteristic of creatives is they tend to procrastinate a lot. Because the way procrastination works is it's a creative. Procrastination is strategic. It's creative because when you step away from the task, from focusing on the task, you focus on more lateral thinking, more breadth instead of just the focus on the task as depth. I'd say another characteristic of creatives is you can also fluctuate between highs and lows as well. So you can have times where you feel really, really inspired, really happy, and also times where you just feel low, feel like life's ending or world. Because the thing about being a creative is you're like a sponge. You're like this mind that can really absorb a lot of things, and you can form a lot of concepts and ideas together and stuff. But at the times you may feel you may even question yourself that am I creative? Because I know I question myself. Creatives also are skeptical, open-minded. They may also find themselves in conflict, especially in traditional jobs that really emphasize about the team. Not to say that they can't work in teams, but they'll find themselves at more conflict with their individualism versus groupthink. Because they're going to be wanting to go the other way when it comes to these sort of things. I'd say one of another. Let's see. So let's say procrastination, fluctuations. Other characteristics. You could probably search. I'll send the link. I'll put the link below for the other characteristics of creative people. But I really wanna get you guys to really understand here is, are you a creative? And you may even question this too. You may even be skeptical of this too. And the thing about as a creative is, if you are, you have to realize that, for example, if you're a student, for example, that you realize that you can't. If you're creative, you're going to creatively find your own path. You're going to carve out your own path rather than falling into traditional job structures. Furthermore, it's never been a better time to be a creative. The thing though, that's because a few decades ago, it's all about the traditional structure. Now we're in a world that really fosters more of that creativity than ever. So really, you're gonna have, and this again, this sounds kind of preachy, but me myself, I've recently figured out this quarter that I'm a creative. Which means I'm even scared of how what path I'm gonna carve out and stuff. But that's the thing, we don't really know where we're headed. But what's one thing I do know in certain is self-awareness, myself, things about myself, and I trust myself to bring that with me wherever I go. Certainly I'm not perfect. I may doubt myself at times. Certainly doesn't look like in this moment, but I do at times as well. But ultimately, I just feel I also have to trust myself with that feeling too, which is why I really talk a lot about self-awareness, is because if you know yourself, right, your job or your career can change, but if you know yourself, your values, your strengths, you bring that with you everywhere you go. And then you can finally start to create and carve out your own path to this. So that's the thing I want to hit you guys with today is creativity. To find out if you're a creative, you can look up a list of these characteristics, which is just do a Google search of characteristics of highly creative people and read through it and see if that matches you, and then make that decision, because even creatives themselves, they can be indecisive too. You may be even skeptical of this, is this me and stuff? Because certainly for me, I felt I struggle a lot to define who I am, my sense of self-identity, because as a creative you kind of want to think everything's unlimited and stuff like that, and I felt if I defined myself, I would be limiting myself. But at the end of the day, you realize that you are human, you do have limits, and I realized that if I didn't make a decision about who I am and certain stuff, that it would be limiting myself even more. That's the kind of basis what I got. And this is a big process. Certainly at the same time I know myself and stuff, I'm also don't know that much about myself, meaning I can always go deeper about who I am at the core. So again, Google search characteristics of highly creative people, and see if that's you and it matches you, and then try to, I guess, creatively find your way onto there, and trust yourself too, because this may be hard, because as a creative, you're really, again, finding your own path is individualism. And if you guys have any comments, you can just leave them down below. I'll talk to you guys. And I guess I'll see you guys later. All right.
Okay.
Bye, guys.